The Marines were on the ground, the Japanese were in the ground, and they were ready for the siege. Each man was told to fight to the death, but not before taking at least 10 Marines with him. They survived on half a cup of water daily and a handful of rice, yet they held out for 36 days. The last 5 days, they had neither food nor water. On the first day alone, the Marines suffered 2,420 casualties, including more than 500 killed. Before the campaign was over, 13 of 24 battalion commanders fell, while 15 doctors were killed, along with 195 Navy corpsmen who were medics on the battlefields. In those 36 days, 28,000 Marines and soldiers, American and Japanese, were killed, and 16,000 were wounded. In the first 10 days, the 4th Division lost 4,000 Marines, getting from the landing beaches to an assembly point you could walk to in 20 minutes, if you were not under fire. There have been few more disastrous military encounters in American history. Iwo Jima remains the Marine Corps' deadliest campaign. Some have compared Iwo Jima with the Battle of Gettysburg, where 40,000 died, and with Belleau Wood in World War I, where the casualties, killed and wounded, reached 9,770. At the end of the fighting, the American dead totaled 6,821. It was the only campaign the Marines ever fought in which they took more casualties than the enemy. Every foot of the island was contested, and the fighting was so intense that several battle sites became legendary. Nishi Ridge, the Quarry, Cushman's Pocket, Hills 362, Able, Baker, and Charlie, the Meat Grinder, consisting of the Amphitheater, Hill 382, and Turkey Knob. Then there were Bloody Gorge and Kitano Point. Most famous of all, but no more difficult than these places, was Mount Suribachi, where on the 4th day a team of 6 men went up in the morning and raised the American flag. Then a few hours later, a second team of 6 raised a second flag because the first was not large enough. Joe Rosenthal, an Associated Press photographer, captured an indelible image of this moment. Indeed, Rosenthal's shot became one of the most famous images of all of World War II, if not the entire 20th century. The photo shows 6 men straining to raise a heavy pole on a bleak hilltop against a gray sky. None of their faces can be seen, but you can see the flag flapping over them. The photo also generated considerable controversy. The story has been told more than once, notably by James Bradley in Flags of Our Fathers and by Hal Buell in Uncommon Valor, Common Virtue, Iwo Jima and the Photograph That Captured America. More recently, of course, Flags of Our Fathers has been filmed by Clint Eastwood. While the old-timers were glad to see a movie about Iwo finally come to the screen more than 60 years after, they were dismayed by its lack of focus on the battle itself and in its portrayal of A. Vandegrift, the commandant, who in obscene terms sends the alcoholic Ira Hayes, the Pima Indian who was one of the flag raisers, back to his unit. They were also disappointed by other liberties taken with the facts. Chuck Lindbergh, the last living flag raiser, tells the story from his perspective in Chapter 14. Just before, Norman Hatch, a combat cameraman, explains in Chapter 13 how he clarified for the Commandant of the Marine Corps how the flag raisings took place. Better received was a companion film, Letters from Iwo Jima, based on letters written by Kuribayashi and others, depicting the battle from the Japanese point of view. It was shot almost exclusively inside caves and tunnels like those occupied by the Japanese soldiery. Another film foray that received mixed reviews from veterans was Wind Talkers, about the Navajo Indians who served the Marines in radio communication, using their indecipherable tongue in a code the Japanese could not break. One code talker, Samuel Tso, recounts his story in this book. Rather than tell the dramatic story of this elite group, the movie focused on a character who was instructed to shoot the code talker in the event of capture. Such unwelcome publicity, or perhaps the unwelcome memories inspired by the film, may have encouraged the